You're now listening to the SNL Fan Podcast, and I'm your host, just some guy named Jay. This is part two of the Miley Cyrus episode review. But before I get into the review, I just want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to ACM Records. ACM Records is a large independent record label with hundreds of artists signed to the label from all different genres of music, from rap, R&B, reggae, techno, industrial metal, folk, country music, uh, 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 the classical music, all types of genres of music. Check it out. Just check it out. The links are in the information box below. Also, ACM Records are looking for individuals to join their street team. I'm gonna put the form in the information box below as well. And joining the ACM Records street team is a great way to, if you want, a great way to kind of learn the business if you want to be a part of the music industry. Some behind the scenes things going on there, and it's a good way, just something to put on your resume. If you ever want to, move up within the music and entertainment industry, joining the ACM Records street team is a great way to do that. And again, like I said, I'll put the links in the information box below. Now let me move right along to the review. We're going to weekend update. Now this weekend update, it's kind of an improvement for Cecily, because it seems like she's starting to carve out her own identity. Because the first time she did it, she was just doing an impression of Seth Meyers. She was just reading Seth Meyers jokes and Seth Meyers kind of delivery. And I'm like, no, don't be Seth Meyers. Be you. You can't be Seth. Seth's gonna be Seth. You gotta be Cecily. You can't be Cecily. You gotta be you. She I guess she was giving some notes or something, and Lorne Michaels or something. Somebody told her, you're trying to be like Seth. You need to stop that. And I go, hey, you know what? Okay, I'll do it. Do it my way. And it seemed like Seth and Cecily had two separate writers or something. Well, I know different writers kind of contribute to Weekend Update, but it's like Cecily, man, her jokes were not as hard as Seth's. Like, it seems like Cecily got all kind of the weak jokes, and Seth, excuse me, I think Cecily got all the weak jokes, and then Seth Meyers, got like the better stuff. They were both weak, by the way, but Seth Meyers got the better half of the weaker jokes. In my opinion, and that's kind of how it seemed like on Weekend Update too, when Tina Fey and Jimmy Fallon did it together. It seemed like Jimmy Fallon got the kind of the lamer stuff, man. And Tina Fey got like the hard hitting. Well, then again, Tina Fey, she's a writer herself, and sometimes it just seemed like Jimmy Fallon didn't get the jokes. Like, he didn't get what he was reading. Because I think he could have delivered it better if he understood the joke himself. Like, he didn't be making a joke about a politician. He'd just read it. He'd just read it off, and you don't, like Ferecito said, when you make a joke, you need to make it obvious to the audience. I'm just kidding. He needs to make it, hey, you need to make that punchline a little obvious, Yeah. But moving right along with Weekend Update, it's good that Cecily Strong is becoming herself now. I think she needs to rehearse more or something too. The winners and losers, that was funny. I love it when they do that stuff, like when they do really and they do the winners and losers thing. The jokes were hitting hard too. Kate McKinnon's part as the mom that plays Grand Theft Auto, meh, could have did without it. It was alright. It wasn't not funny, but it wasn't that funny. It was like, I mean, the crazy mom skit. That's another thing. Like what's my dude? Kyle Mooney did his Bruce Chandling character last episode. Like those comedians that aren't funny. That's been done too many times. And then the crazy hip mom, that's been done to death too. Kristen Wiig. That stuff's been done since Jane Curtin, man. Like the hip mom. They got the mom that's smoking weed and playing video games with the kids and drinking liquor. That's done. Everybody has an aunt like that. That's done. That's not even funny anymore. I tell you what was funny though. Kate McKinnon's eyes. Like, that should be in the cast. Her eyes should just be featured in the cast. Those are some crazy looking eyes, man. Do you see her eyes? I'm saying eyes too, by the way, not ass. I'm saying eyes. All right. Jay as Shannon Sharp. That was funny. I loved it. I mean, Jay Pharaoh. I love seeing him when he does impressions like these. Shannon Sharp. Doing the sports company. I love it. I love it. He should definitely do more. Like his impressions, man. Like Jay Pharaoh, man. He's. I know he overacts sometimes when he's doing it, but I mean, he makes them funny. Like Dana Carp, man. I need to take a separate podcast and just praise Jay Pharaoh, because I can go on and on about his impressions. I wish he would do better as just playing non-impressions and sketches though. That he's kind of starting to kind of turn into like a Darrell Hammond kind of. And Darrell Hammond's great, but it's like how Darrell was when he's just in a skit not doing an impression. It's like it's kind of It's like, well, who was that old guy? It's like Jay Pharaoh. Like who's this? What else? What else about Weekend Update? Seth's revenge sex joke, that was funny. So you're going to have to keep it in a folder called tax stuff. That made me laugh because I do stuff like that. Not that I film ex-girlfriends and stuff like that. Well, yeah, not that I release stuff that I filmed. But sometimes you want to go back and look at it and stuff. But like when you're downloading porn and stuff like that, and just in case you have company over and they're all on your hard drive and stuff, and wanting to check their email or something like that, or wanting to play solitaire on your computer or something like that, you got to hide the porn. You got to hide it in like 5 different folders. You got to click because nobody's going to think to click those folders. I laughed at just on that alone because that's real. The Sprint joke, that was funny too. You know what wasn't funny though? Vanessa Bayer. She wasn't funny as the Jacob character. The first time, well, not the first, because the first time it was in a skit, like a little bar mitzvah skit. But the second time, it was her first time on Weekend Update doing it. It was kind of funny because I like what she was doing with it. But it's one of those things that don't need to keep being repeated, like Fred Armisen's best friend skit. When they talk real low and talking junk about somebody, and that Kath and Garth, whatever their name, the thing that Fred Armisen and Kristen Wiig did when they were doing the singing and stuff like that, that they should have done 1 or 2 times and left it alone, man. This ain't no. Vanessa Bayer, man. I just you knew where they were going with this. She didn't bring anything fresh with it. It was just whack, man. And I think Miley, man, since she was the host, I think Miley just kind of said, "Hey, man, you need to let my girl Vanessa, let her do some more skits because Miley Cyrus really liked Vanessa Bayer's impression of her." But yeah, Miley, man. I guess Miley was like, "Yo, yeah, Vanessa, man, get her in more stuff." Because Vanessa seemed like she was kind of all over this episode too. Not bringing anything to it. Yeah, man. I don't like Vanessa's Jacob character, man, anymore. I liked it that one time, and now it's just kind of this again, Let's see. Speaking of things that suck, that cheerleader skit. What was that? They need to find the writer who wrote that. They don't need to find him. They already know where he is. They need to get whoever wrote that skit. They need to fire him now, today. He needs to not have a job. What? Well, what if it's somebody that was actually? What if it's one of the better writers that made that though? Like they were hitting home runs earlier or something, but then they wrote this. I don't know, man. That was awful, man. That shouldn't even That made no sense. And then they had they had a few jokes here and there that was kind of funny. But for the most part, that cheerleader skit just didn't, it didn't make any sense. I don't know why the aliens were kidnapping cheerleaders. They could have made some kind of little sexual joke or something like that. Yeah, we're kidnapping cheerleaders for our thing. I don't know how they could have went with that. But if you need a moon, why are you stealing cheerleaders? Yeah, I just, the only thing funny about that skit was Kenan Thompson's facial expressions. You know. Oh yeah, and another thing that was funny about that skit was the guy putting the wires on Nasim and Noel. The guy that stuck behind him and did that. Oh man, that wasn't smooth at all. I wonder if he kept his job. Well, I guess he had to do what he had to do. You know, but wow, that was. They should have just acknowledged that. Somebody should have said, "Why is he back there?" Something like that. That would have made me laugh. They would have broke the. See, that's what SNL needs to do. SNL doesn't do that because, from what I heard, Lorne Michaels doesn't like things like that. When you kind of break the third wall or the fourth wall, whatever it's called, you break it and kind of acknowledge stuff like that. That I like it when they do stuff like that. That's funny, But the skit wasn't funny though. I just wasn't that I can't I couldn't get down with that, man. He needs to lose his job. He or she, whoever wrote that skit, needs to well, okay, not lose your job, but somebody needs to talk to you. Like, no. Did Miley say this? Who co-signed this? Who said, "Hey, let's do this. This sounds like a good idea"? I don't know. Maybe this was just something that Miley. Oh, we want to see Miley in a cheerleading outfit or something. Maybe that's why they thought of this. I don't know. Going to the good now. It got better with the Good Morning Miami skit. Now I did love that. I loved it. Bobby and Kate did great in it. Miley, she kind of. I don't know. I mean, Noel or somebody Nasim could have did it. I mean, I know she's the host, but I mean, do you have to be in every skit? Miley should have did Vanessa's part, right? And then they should have had like Noel do or Nasim do Miley's part. That would have been better, in my opinion. I say in my opinion too much. They definitely, in my opinion. I need a thesaurus or something. What else I like to say about it? Yeah, Bobby Moynihan saying "bitch fantastic." That was funny too. Yeah, keep up the good work. Bobby Moynihan, man, his facial expression. See, Bobby, man, I'm liking him more and more, man. He's getting better, man. That's how you know you're funny. When you can make somebody laugh without saying anything, that you're funny. The way he looked, the way his facial expressions, that was hilarious. It was good. It was good. And another thing that was funny about this skit was it wasn't just the fact that they were pepped up for the promo, and then when we're clear when they cut, they go back to looking exhausted and looking angry that they got to be there in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was funny. But in addition to that, the show, the stuff that they were saying that they were having on the show, that was funny. Like, those could have been sketches themselves. Like, we're talking about. Jeff Dunham is not here, but his puppets are. Let's see how funny those puppets really are. Like that was funny. When Kate said, "Do you believe in ghosts? They're not real." But actor Topher Grace is here to talk about that. Like I was like, man, I want to see those episodes. They should have made a skit just out of that. That would have been funny. Let's see, what else? The poetry sketch, that was another thing that sucked really bad, too. And Vanessa sucked, and like, Vanessa, this was, see, man, I'm just like Vanessa's, like, her best sketches are behind her. I'm just keeping it real. Like, Vanessa got stale quick. Like Vanessa, like, I don't know, man. When she was a featured player, like, her sketches were kind of good, Like, I liked seeing her. She played well with Taran Killam. I mean, she just did her thing, man. But then, like, after that, she started sucking. Like, I don't know what, like, and this is like this episode, like, I don't know, Vanessa. Oh man, like she started out really kind of good, and then she just slowly. I'm not gonna say slowly. It's just like it was just a fast, quick decline. Dang. If she like if Vanessa's not back next season, I'm not gonna miss her. Really, like I'm pretty sure she'll be great in a sitcom or doing commercials or I don't know what, or go back to the stage or something. But no, like Vanessa just is. Oh my god, oh my god. I'll tell you more about that in the poetry skit. Mike O'Brien, man, he just adds nothing to any sketches he's been in. Like Mike O'Brien did better when he wasn't in the cast and he just had like these little bit parts and things when he just appeared in on the show. That was better than what he's doing now. Because Mike O'Brien, he is just not needed, man. Like Tim Robinson could have did this. It probably could have did it better. The way he delivers his lines, he just has no energy. No, I mean, even when you're supposed to play characters that have no energy, be like, oh my god, like I'm just not feeling Mike O'Brien, man, and I'm disappointed because I like 7 Minutes in Heaven. And I like the ideas. I like the things where they said that he pitched this idea, that idea. When I was kind of reading them on the forums and things like that, I was like, yeah, okay, Mike O'Brien, yeah, it'd be good to see him in the cast. I think he'd be good. But now I'm like, oh, holy doodle, just like he said, man, this is not working, man. And I took theater before a long time ago, and one of the things my theater teacher told the class is that even if you have one line, you need to deliver. You need to try to outdo each other. Not outdo each other like try to be a scene stealer or try to be over the top with it. But even if you have one line, you need to perform it like it's the best line you got. Like even if you have one line like, "Hey, how you doing?" You need to make your presence felt. That makes the play good when everybody in the play brings their A game, even the extras, even the people who have one or two lines. Like you need to bring your A game every time you open your mouth and deliver a line. And Mike O'Brien, man, like don't look at it like, okay, I just got one or two lines. I'm just walk in, Sam, and then get out. No. Don't do that. You need to. Will Ferrell wouldn't have done that. If Will Ferrell was the teacher in this skit, he had one or two lines. That would have been the funniest thing in the skit. Yo, I'm saying for real, and you know this. Will Ferrell could have one line in a skit, come out, say his one line, and murder it. It'd bring tears to our eyes how funny it'd be. And he'd walk off. Now, give somebody else that same Will Ferrell line. It's not because it's a funny line, it's because Will Ferrell made it funny. Give Mike O'Brien or somebody that line, and they'll come in there, "Hey, how you doing, Mike O'Brien?" And they leave. And it's like, oh my God, no, everybody needs to bring their A game. Mike O'Brien, man, my God, I'm sorry, bro. You gotta step it up, man. Shoot, I could have done that. Shoot, give me your job, man. you know? And see, Vanessa, I hated her. This character, this poetry reading character. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh my God. No, man, it was the worst, man. Oh yeah, and speaking of people not bringing their A game for lines, Brooks Wheelan. He needs to speak up, man. Like, because I remember he had like one or two lines in the Tina Fey episode, and he was like, "Yeah, Dad, a play." He needs to speak up. Like he delivers those lines like he's scared to talk or something, man. Brooks, man, you're a great stand-up comedian, man. I've seen your stand-up. You're funny. You murder that stage, man. You go out there and you got a mic in your hand, you kill it. You go out there and start saying some crazy stuff. But I don't know, man. In these sketches, man, you're like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm Brooks Wheelan." Because that line where he said, when Vanessa Bayer's character said, "What do you like to write poems about?" And he said, "Grand Theft Auto and butts." He was like, "Grand Theft Auto and butts, and I like butts. Grand Theft Auto and butts." Said it, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I was like, what? What'd he say? I had to lean in to hear what he had to say. But see, now if Bobby Moynihan played that character, or if Taran Killam played that character, man, that would have been, they would have made it funny. And I bet you Taran and Bobby didn't even want to do that. They're probably like, no, give the bones, give that stuff to the featured players. I don't want to say that. You know what I'm saying? I'm too big. I'm Taran Killam. I'm one of the stars of the show behind Kenan Thompson. I should have better roles than this, you know. And yeah, but Taran and Bobby, they would have, if they played Brooks Wheelan's character, and they would have, and all they had to say was, I like writing about Grand Theft Auto and butts. They would have said it funny. See, it's all about the delivery. It's all about the delivery, the facial expressions, the how you say it in your voice. That's what makes it funny. That's what makes bad lines good. You know, and Brooks Wheelan, man, I know you're just starting out, man, on the show, but come on, man, that was your time to shine with those two lines. Shoot, Grand Theft Auto and butts. So I don't know. I didn't say it funny either, but I said it better than him. I would have loved to have heard me say that on the show. But Brooks Wheelan, man, just speak up, man. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of that mic, man. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of your voice. You know. Grand Theft Auto and butts. Grand Theft Auto and butts. Now, 80 Brien and Kenan Thompson, they were funny in it. They were funny. You know, Kenan was funny just on his face, his mug in the camera, what he did. That was funny alone. And you know what? You know who didn't have any lines in this skit and they were funny in it? Noel Wales. The way when they kept showing the class and stuff, the way she kept looking, that was classic. I was like, man, that was funny, man. See that she gets it. She gets it. You know. But yeah, Vanessa Bayer, man, she was giving me a headache with that. I hope I never see that character again. Just kill it. You know, it like Michael Bryan said, it sounded like a seal. Like some, you know. And Michael Bryan, man, he had some funny lines, but he just didn't say it. He didn't say it like they were funny, you know. Okay, and moving right along to the final skit, Kyle Mooney's little digital short thing. That was funny. Kyle Mooney redeemed himself, man. This, because I was getting kind of worried, man. When I seen him in the Tina Fey episode, I was like, oh, this guy. Oh, he's one of those guys. This skit was funny, man. This little nerd character he played that Miley Cyrus is gonna let him hit, and he's sitting up there talking to Bobby and Beck, you know, and Bobby and Beck are like, "Yo, man, dude, quit talking to us. You need to go in there and hit it, man. Miley Cyrus, you got Miley Cyrus bucket naked in your dressing room, and you sitting there talking to us, dude. Are you gay? You know what I'm saying? Like man, it's like that was funny. It was a funny premise, funny skit. Kyle was funny in it. Just him being like a naive nerd. He should have been tapping that, man. Like, you know, that it was funny. Bravo to Kyle Mooney for that, man. I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it, man. You know. I'm looking forward to seeing more Kyle Mooney. I'm actually looking forward to seeing more Beck Bennett and Kyle Mooney than I am Brooks, Mike, and well, actually, yeah. You know what? I take it back. Everybody starts with a clean slate each episode. Even though, regardless of what I remember you for doing, you know, like I said, Kyle Mooney, last episode, well, his first episode on the Tina Fey episode, I didn't have faith in him. I was like, oh, you know, yeah, well, yeah, good luck with that. This episode, okay, you won me back. Keep doing stuff like that, man. And you know what? Kyle Mooney might actually be one of those guys who might be better in tape sketches than he is live, you know. And that might be the same for Brooks Wheelan too, because he was funny in that E-Meth skit, but then all the other things he just didn't, you know, his live sketches he just, you know, butts, I like butts, all low and stuff, you know. But yeah, Kyle Mooney, man, he did his thing. Well, I know you guys are tired of me rambling on. You probably haven't even, you probably didn't even make it this far. Some of y'all probably listened to heard the ACM records and, dang, this plug is too long. I'm going to the next podcast. Oh my God, he's plugging something else? Quit giving shout outs, just some guy named Jay, and do the podcast. But, okay, but enough about that, though. Thank you all for listening. Um, stay tuned. I'll be doing the Bruce Willis episode review after Bruce Willis does his thing, and like I always do. And that's all I like to say for now. Again, check out ACM Records music, the artist from the label, and that's it. I'm just some guy named Jay. Good night and have a pleasant tomorrow.